Had an extensive talk around the fisheries industry with the people who are in charge. Here is the full report.
A very good morning to you, Ramio Busiku, and our audience. I am coming to you from Trinity Gardens here in Katabi Town Council. But of course, I want to draw your attention from the rest of the conversations to now the fishing community. In the recent, the Fisheries Protection Unit has had to do some changes, especially in its commands and the operation level. Also recently, there were 5 tons of immature fish that was distributed to government institutions and the individuals here in Entebbe after it was impounded from different places, and it was kept at the detached base in Bugonga. And as we speak now, of course, the allegations also, the fishing community, the Fisheries Protection Unit that was contested with the conflicts, the fishing community, the fishermen who were trying to voice their concerns, especially following the past. But now we want to understand the death of tilapia in the lake, but also the fishing communities, this time at a time when regulations have just been done. What is the direction for all this? Of course, joining me on set are the 2 gentlemen, and on my right is the spokesperson of the UPDF Marine Unit, Favorite Rugomayo, who is the captain. But also on the right is the political commissar, that's Yero Muhozi, to just draw for us a sense of what is going on currently and what the country should expect. I'll quickly start with the spokesperson. Welcome with me on Morning at NTV.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I want us to understand. You are speaking for a force that has been contested with the conflicts, especially from the fishing communities. What exactly are you trying to regulate from the past?
Thank you, my brother, and all viewers of NTV. I'm the spokesperson of Marine Brigade as well as the Fisheries Protection Unit, which is a unit under Marine Brigade. The force of FPU has been hotly contested in the media and everywhere, whereby fishermen have had their issues, as well as the force which was doing the enforcement work. But currently, there was change in the command. Almost all the commanders in different sectors were all changed and replaced by other commanders. We are trying to engage the fishermen, the local community, and all stakeholders to make sure that we revive the image of Fisheries Protection Unit, whereby the fishing industry again makes its level high to make sure that it increases the tax of our country by increasing our CIMIC, engaging.
The spokesperson, I want to cut you short. You are speaking for a force that has been contested with the allegations of torture, some people losing lives on the lake, and there are some who are disabled now with allegations of your force beating them. What do you have to say about that? This is a new era.
True. You have called it allegation, and the individuals who did the same, who are alleged to have caused the torture, killing, are now being held at our military headquarters in Bombo. There is a committee which was constituted, which is investigating them. If they are found guilty of what is alleged to them, definitely the law will take its course.
Well, let me turn left. The political commissar, Major Yero Muhozi, your position has not always been in the limelight, especially for the Marine at the level when the civilian communities have had to engage with the force. But first of all, I want to welcome you to Morning at NTV. But we also want to understand, what is your position bringing on the table, especially with the contested allegations?
Thank you very much. Good morning, our viewers. As a Marine or FPU currently, initially we didn't have this political commissar appointments, but our leaders, deemed it fit that we have them, because much of our work is interacting with communities, talking to them, consulting each other, meeting, knowing problems that affect them, and look forward for the solution. So that's a new approach we are coming with, and we hope we shall now do it with them, and we shall get the best results out of it.
Political Commissar, let me ask you, I have just been asking the spokesperson about the allegations of torture, brutality, and all those. Would you subscribe to my comment that your force had all of those mentioned, or where the force was behind all of that, and it's what you want to regulate in your position?
Just like you've said, there are allegations. Or we may not say there are no individual mistakes. Yes, they could be there, here and there, but those are individual. We can't say they are institutional, and we don't condone them. We say those who did bad were really wrong, and that's why Rogumaya told you that there is an investigative team. But I urge the public not to take it in a way that torture was either sanctioned by any authority. Those might be individual errors, and those that will be found guilty shall be taken to courts of law.
Is it true from your engagements, even if you're newly appointed, I think some months ago, have you come to confirm that the Fisheries Protection Unit allegedly is also involved in fishing?
I've not known any incident where an FPU officer is involved in fishing. But one thing I would like you and our viewers to know is that sometimes there are factors that influence those activities on the lakes. So many people have interest.
But is it also true that some of them were working for the rich, and the minority group is almost sent away from the lake?
I don't think it's true that they are working for the rich. Maybe the investigation will find out, since they are still mere allegations. But according to our way of work, we are not supposed to. We are not supposed to work for those guys, and I think there are so many factors, as I've told you, that influence. Some people could be alleging that to taint either the image due to various reasons.
Well, let me turn right to the spokesperson. You have been observing whatever has been going on. Make us understand, from all the illegal fishing gears that were impounded, some allegations that some of them were being sold out by some officers. Is that true? We have seen that you distributed fish. You have engines that you told us that the owners cannot produce proper documents to claim ownership. Is it true that the force was involved in owning, personally taking the impounded illegal fishing gears and sometimes even selling them?
As in our operatives?
Yes.
That is not true. And I believe that if there was anyone of our officers and men who were involved in such activity, it was an individual. It was not sanctioned by any of our commanders, and I believe, but I'm very sure that nobody who was involved in taking impounded items, including engines, motorcycles, and vehicles, they were all intact, and we appeal to the community that whoever has the item that was confiscated or was impounded should come with proper documentation and pick it. So therefore, if we had some items being taken by our officers, we would not call them, because if they come, we would not have what to give them out.
Well, every time you're impounding fish that is always going to Congo, have you bothered as a force to ask Congo why they're interested in immature fish? Because even this recent distribution, you had the majority of the fish being transported to Congo. Have you as a force tried to involve Congo why they're so much interested in immature fish?
Yeah, For the issue of Congo as a country, I think they have their own issues as to why they like immature fish. But the information I got is the immature fish is you find someone is having a big family. And so when you take him, when he buys, when you take a fish which is like 4 kilograms, he has no the capacity to buy it. So he needs these small ones whereby he can buy like 15 of them and he's able to feed his family. Yeah.
Well, let me turn also to the political commissar. We understand that you, from the recent days, or the dying tilapia on Lake Victoria especially, there's some people that you have arrested, and majorly from Entebbe here. What are some of the grounds that you have arrested these people on allegations that they could be using poison to fish tilapia?
Thank you. A number of 54 people were arrested on suspicion that they could have links to what was causing death of fish. Of course, the ministry investigated and they found out that it wasn't poison from their laboratory, but questions kept on coming. Fish kept on dying, and our teams went into water, with the aid of some other community members, good Ugandans really. So they went the other side of Karangara on other waters, and they picked those people. They suspected that they knew what was causing death of the fish. And we really appeal to the community, whoever could be knowing any reason as to why fish is still dying can come up with information. But still, those who are doing it will be held. Time will come and they will be held.
Let's conclude this, gentlemen. You are involving, we have seen you now going to a level of appointing leaders within the fishing communities themselves. What do you think this is going to help address the problem of the army brutality, especially on these communities, as alleged?
As you know, Ivan, most of these fishing communities have come to be organized of recent. A government has come out to organize them of recent, actually, with the inception of FPU. Now, it's not that we have put people. We engaged the leaders, they erected their committees and put them, and we believe they will share with us information leading to illegal fishing, those unwanted material on the lake, poisoning, and so many other information. And that's what we were looking at.
Captain Ruguma, you concluded the conversation with what the people now, the fishing communities, should expect from the force, given that you have had to change the command level and the operational procedure.
Yeah, thank you. The all viewers of NTV and the fishing community around all lakes of Uganda, I appeal to you that you support FPU and FPU will give you 100%. I never told you that before the FPU came in by 2016, our factories, fishing processing factories, we had collapsed up to 5. But currently we have 11 operational which are exporting fish in European countries. So we expect to increase the more factories that will be exporting fish. We have more which are still on trial that has not been cleared to export in other countries. So fishing industry with FPU, we know that everything will be achieved and the government will get the tax.
Well, thank you very much, two gentlemen from the Marine Unit under UPDF, the Fisheries Protection Unit as well, for speaking to us this beautiful morning and airing views. Please, thank you very much for honoring our invitations.
You are welcome.
Well, the two gentlemen who are from the Fisheries Protection Unit, just giving us a hint of what has been going on and what the fishing communities should expect out of them, given the contested allegations earlier on of brutality, torture, and all those ones that have led to the death of individuals, but also the dying tilapia on Lake Victoria that continues to also bring a bad image on the country, especially the fish exports. But of course, they have assured us on what is next after all this is done. Ramya Busiku, I want to come back to you in the studio. A very good morning to you and our